What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 4 of season 2, Kincade Media Podcast. Man, I got a special guest in the building with me today. I met this guy. I was introduced to him by a mutual friend of ours, probably about 4 years ago, I want to say, man. And our first conversation, I think we was on the phone for about 20 minutes. You was kind of giving me a little bit of the game, the AI game, the marketing game. And now we're here, man.
Yeah.
I got Marcus Powers with me, man. What's going on with you?
Chilling,
Yeah. Sir. Yeah. How you doing?
Working hard, enjoying life, man. That's why that's my answer every time somebody see me on.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, how you doing? Working hard, enjoying life.
That's what's up.
Life. That's it.
That's what's up. That's all you can do, man. Enjoy life. It go by fast. Man, I'm on this text thread with my cousin, my brother, and he's my cousin Philip. He always sends inspirational quotes every day. And every Friday, majority of the Fridays, man, it's another Friday. And one of us will slap the DJ Khaled, another one, me, Minda. And today, he said, man, I said in the chat, I said, man, it's another Friday. And he's like, man, they coming by fast.
Yeah.
They coming by fast, man.
Yeah, Friday.
You know what?
You need somebody like that in every group, though. All your friend groups, you need somebody that, to send those quotes. Really.
Yeah.
It's a Bible scripture or some type of words of inspiration.
Right.
Because if you ain't getting that, then, you're getting the opposite.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So you need somebody that's going to send that every day, every so often. Even if they get on your nerves, don't tell them to stop. Just keep them coming. You need somebody thinking about you. Man.
Right. Because some days I may not read them. I see them, I may not pay them 100% of my attention.
Yeah.
And to your point, it's funny you just said Friday's my day. I was looking at some Instagram on the gram. One of the guys was like, hey, man, Friday must be Gorilla's day.
Yeah.
Because on every song, she turned it up on Friday.
Yeah. Shout out to Glorilla.
Shout out to Glorilla. She doing her thing, man. She definitely doing her thing, man. So, I think we kind of shared, we were chopping up on the phone the last time, and we kind of shared similar stories, but I think we went the opposite way as far as I grew up on South Park, and he was on the southwest side.
Yeah.
And then it was just,
They were swapped.
we swapped.
Yeah, kind of short. Yeah. So I guess you started in the South Park southern side,
Right.
And then you went to the southwest
Right.
side, West Belt, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Braeswood.
yeah.
So I was on the southwest side, Western YMCA, Fondren,
I know exactly what it is.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Show me this piece. I'm trying to show you South Park back. You know what I'm talking about? Like the dollar movie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So. The 163 or the 2 got that before it was the 163. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
And then we went to South Park.
Okay.
The 77. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that 77 came, baby.
Yeah, so
if you ain't on that 77, you ain't from the South.
South Park is Sunnyside, so that's what.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So I ran in the apartments on the southwest side like, until I graduated from elementary school.
Okay.
And then I ran the streets.
Yeah.
From 12-year-old until
Bro, I was telling my son. I was telling my son that I was like, man, I grew up fast, bro. I grew up faster than probably I should have, but it's a gift of the curse because one of the things where I grew up in looking at New Orleans apartments in the dead end, I was seeing people that was less fortunate as far as like crackhead.
Yeah.
So I knew that taught me. I knew what I did want to be.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't judge people, but everybody had certain circumstances, and the reason I say that is like when we had the clothing brand, I used to take my son down, and we used to pass out socks. We had an annual sock drop. We buy those socks from Walmart, and go pass them out. And I never forget the first time he did it, he was just looking scared because he had never seen people that live like that. It was a lesson in it, is what I'm getting at. And I know he was crying on the way home. And the first time I looked back, he's 16 now, so this is probably 12, 13. And he was crying. I was like, what's wrong? And he was like, oh, those homeless people. He said, Dad, I'm never going to get in trouble. And I said, well, to be honest with you, some of those people were just like their dad.
Yeah.
And I said, it just takes one instance for you to get in trouble. And I gave an example. I said, I could have started by a bar, grab a drink, one drink, and a beer. And on my way home, I may have hit somebody and killed them. So guess what? My blood alcohol level, I'm going to jail for X amount of years, my whole situation changed. So don't ever look at those people and judge them because you just never know what they've been. So anyway.
Yeah, man, that's a big, man. And then one, that's better than taking them, the Scared Straight program sometimes. You ain't got to take your kids to the Scared. Take them downtown, man. Show them about the religion.
Yeah.
From some decisions or some choices or some situations that got them there. You just know that, you're a situation or a choice away from, you're right there with them, and so you got to make the right decisions now.
Absolutely.
While you're young and people are helping you make these decisions, because at some point, you got to make them decisions. You got to pay for the decisions you make.
Tell the mom and dad they don't
It's all about money.
And they do. Hefty.
Yeah.
Hefty. And like my mom always told when I was growing up, she scared me. She say, man, if you go to jail, I ain't come to get you.
Yeah.
And that's scaring me straight.
Yeah. Funny you bring that up, bro.
Yeah.
They used to have that plane and helicopter crash in D.C.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
And, I'm a veteran, military.
Yeah.
Special forces veteran, by the way. I'm telling you, I ain't no sailor.
You wasn't in the kitchen.
Sailor stuff, you know what I'm saying? I was in the Navy.
You was in the trench.
But I wasn't just a crackerjack sailor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I was telling a lot of people that sometimes those helicopters, they can take out whatever they want to on the bases. You know, basically, you gotta always get approved and getting a okay or a thumbs up from anybody else on base or anybody else on earth. Sometimes they just take off. Really? And I don't know if that was the situation, but I know the situation was unfortunate, right? I think they said that the helicopter was supposed to be at like 200 feet, but it was a little higher than what it was supposed to be. There was a lot of things that happened, and I was like, well, whose fault is it, right? Right. The air traffic controller, is it the helicopter, is it the airplane? It's nobody's fault, right? It happened, and so now we got to deal with it. Wow. One of the young ladies that was on that airplane was Kia Duggins.
I heard.
Kia Duggins, she's an attorney.
Okay. That was on the airplane?
She was on the airplane.
Okay.
From Wichita to D.C.
Okay.
And she was actually fighting in Harris County.
Fighting?
The courts.
Okay.
Because she's fighting the courts for rights that have always been violated when it comes to arrested individuals. Okay. So when you get arrested in Houston, you get, somebody said you did something, even if you didn't do it, you got to sit in there until you bond out. Yeah. Sometimes you got to sit in there until your trial day. Hate that. Even though you ain't do it. There ain't nobody prove nothing. And, you know what I'm saying? Somebody just said you did it. But she's trying to fight that and get some type of reform where you don't have to bond out before your trial. And pretty much, just give up all this money, your income, your time. Because if you don't bond out, then you stuck in there for weeks, months at a time. Right. You lose your job, you miss out on your family, right? So you never get back up because we already living check to check. Right. Going back to the people making choices and decisions and you'll check with, a decision away from messing up your circumstances. Right. The fact that she was fighting that, and I haven't heard anybody fighting it the way that she was, I just think it's ironic that she was in that plane crash and that happened, because that was going to change the trajectory of the entire U.S. No more would people be arrested, pulled over, arrested, taken to jail, and have to sit in there until they got the money to bond out or until their trial day. Because you're still innocent until you prove you're innocent. And so if you're innocent until you prove you're guilty, why am I in here? Right. And so she was fighting to get people let out to where they didn't have to, again, waste all this money, man. And I just think it's a big deal, man. It's like, shout out to Kia Duggins, her family, RP to her and everybody else that was on the plane crash, the helicopter. Right. And even the people that lost their lives that was just driving. And somebody else, they had something plane or the helicopter came down to kill some more people that was just walking around Earth. So, man, it's a sad situation. I was actually, funny you bring it up, because I was looking at YouTube this morning about that. A guy that was actually he's a pilot, and he was kind of showing the video, giving the play-by-play, showing like not the actual video, but it was like I don't know what you call it, a replay. Yeah, where the planes were. And I was like, man, it's just when it happened, I was like, it's just when you watch like Scandal. I'm just giving an example, and there's I think there was a episode where they set up a plane to be crashed into or something like that. It may have been another movie. And I was just, that's kind of the first thing I was like, that's kind of weird, because a lot of stuff is happening right now in the world. And I was like, is there a conspiracy behind that? And the first thing went to my mind, I was like,
who all was on that plane or in that helicopter or what, whatever the case may be. But as more stories came out, it's still coming out, it's still developing. But that's the first thing that came to my mind with all this stuff going on in the world. It's just, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Kier Douglas, man.
Yeah.
We just posted her in some of her story on our Instagram page of Black Wall Street.
Okay.
So just you want to be remembered. That whatever you do on earth, you want to be remembered. You don't want to just be here visiting, just existing. You might be creating and being great. So again, shout out to her, man. She'll fight and fight.
That's what's up, man. RP and the those that are in her family, man. So, now let's talk about it, man. Let's. I know we talked about where we grew up at, and but give us a quick scenario, man. How were you as a teenager? And I'm talking, high school.
Oh, man, you was in high school, man. When you want to go to the good days, make sure the science class, you know what I'm saying? When I advanced placement and honors, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I play sports.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But before we get to the sports, right? 'Cause I just think it's important to let people know like how smart I am.
Okay, let's get there.
Like,
Talk to me.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk that shit.
Where I'm at, just you know what I'm saying? Like I've been the person you want to cheat off of in class. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just become him, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been in advanced placement classes or honor classes. I've always cared about my work.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be better than everybody else in the classroom.
Okay.
I cared about my grades. I wanted to do better than the person next to me.
So it was a competition. You competitive.
Always. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even just competitive. I just want to be the best I can be.
Where'd you get that from? Did you get that from your mentor, your uncles, your dad? Where did that? It had to come from somewhere.
Well, I grew up with some competitive brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? They are athletes too. So I'm a baby boy. So, I can't just sit around and let them do me and kind of at some point in time, I got to get better.
Right.
I'm saying one of my favorite things to say is better than yesterday.
Okay.
But you always got to have that mindset, that better than yesterday mentality. And so I've always had that, hey, what happened today, not going to happen tomorrow.